Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And the Springboks have just announced their side to take on France in France this weekend. And there are lots of changes to the bench, a whole new look pack, a 5-3 split, and a debut in waiting for LIBBOK as one of the very many changes that the Springboks have actually made. And very much tweaked the entire sort of makeup and the look of the side. And very interesting to see exactly how it'll play out. So they have made changes. At the end of the day, we went down this weekend. We are facing quite a different opposition, and as a result, we have made changes to try and counter that. Some of the changes have been injury enforced, like for example, LIBBOK being ruled out, but Jasper Wiese obviously passing concussion protocols and is selected, which means that there will be no Evan Roos this weekend. Before we look at the Springbok side, please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. This is how we will be lining up against France this weekend. Now, first of all, very important, two changes in the front row. Oxenchair and Bongi Mbonambi come into the starting lineup, which means that Malcolm Marx and Steven Kitshoff will form part of the bench and come later in the match. It's a new lock combination, Ebenet with a partner by Franco Mostert, who did replace LIBBOK last week when he went off with injury. It looks like LIBBOK will play no further part in this tour itself, so expect to see Franco Mostert playing in that 5 jersey for the remainder of the tour. The loose trio is exactly the same though. Siya Kolisi, Peter Steph Toy, and Jasper Wiese. I thought Peter Steph Toy maybe not at his best last weekend, but still looked a lot better than he has during the year. And I think that he's very much now starting to kick back to the form that saw him win the World Player of the Year during the 2019 season. If you look at the halfback combination, a new halfback combination, Faf de Klerk does start next to Damian Willems, so he continues to be backed in that fly half role. However, we've got Curtly Arnson starting in the 11 jersey, which means Makazole Mapimpi does start on the bench. Same center combination of Damon Delendi, Jesse Creel. Thought Jesse Creel had his best game the entire year against Ireland. Thought defensively was absolutely superb. Didn't get a lot of ball in hand, and I think that'll probably have to try and change this weekend, but not too much you could really argue with from a defensive side. Cheslin Colby shifts from 15 to 14. Willie le Roux does get a start after he did change the game. At the end of the day, the BOKS are a lot more dangerous for Willie le Roux, having Willie le Roux in the back line. And so having him starting is probably quite a good idea. However, I think also from a reading the game point of view, France are a side that kick a lot out of hand. And so this back three is going to have to be very, very adept at covering the spaces, being good under the high ball, for example, and it will be a very big test for the back three. Off the bench, there's Malcolm Marx, Steven Kitshoff, Vincent Koch. It's the World Cup winning bomb squad front row that we did see those three coming off the bench to great effect during the 2019 season. It's then Marvin Orie and Kwagga Smith as the two other forwards. We have gone with a 5-3 split. Kobus Reinach comes into the bench and will replace Faf de Klerk later on in the game. LIBBOK is set to get his debut the number 22 jersey, Makazole Mapimpi in the 23. So a very different looking bench to the usual sort of 6-2 split with, utility backs and stuff like that. And the last thing, for example, LIBBOK does cover fullback if he needs to play there. And for example, what I'm really hoping we see is potential Damon Delendi coming off, Willems moving into inside centre, LIBBOK moving into 10, and we could see an access of LIBBOK, Willems, and Willie le Roux. And I think that, especially in the latter stages of the game, as it starts to open up, could really unlock the French defence. But apart from that, it's a very good pack. I think Oxenchair, Bongi Mbonambi, obviously we know, there's not much between him and Malcolm Marx when they both play their best ability. I think at the moment, Bongi Mbonambi might not be at his peak, but Malcolm Marx definitely is playing some of the best rugby of his career. But I don't mind that, I don't mind Malcolm Marx coming on in the sort of second half. The big sort of concern at the moment, obviously, in the starting lineup is a lack of a sort of an out-and-out fetcher, although Siya Kolisi does do some phenomenal breakdown work. But I think, having Malcolm Marx and Kwagga Smith in the later stages of the game, and Steven Kitshoff, means that we will be very competent come the breakdown. I also think, for example, bringing on Makazole Mapimpi, who needs a bit of a break. He's played every single minute, I think, of the BOK campaign so far. So not the worst idea to give him a bit of a rest. Also, Siya Curtly Arnson can do a job at 11. This is a side, for example, which I think has obviously been picked to beat France, but I think there's also a certain amount of building depth here. Can Curtly Arnson, for example, replace Mapimpi in that 11 jersey? Is Willie le Roux still our best 15 option? I think he probably still is. Is LIBBOK good enough for test level? Well, he's going to get a big test this weekend when he does come on to make his debut. So lots and lots of interesting sort of talking points regarding this side, and it should be a fantastic clash this weekend. Let me know what you think of the team down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching. I'll chat to you soon.